brother's keeper.
I always contact my brother before and after the game, and sometimes I text him during the game while he's on the field. At times I'll be like, just sit on the route, your pick is coming. And he'll text me if he sees something during the game.
As soon as I go in the locker room, I knew he'd text me like, if I'm having a bad game or I'm doing something here, just give me, little words of encouragement, like, come on, let's go, second half, let's shake back.
Oh my God, Aaron would be in his glory, like his son plays for the NFL. He would be trash talking every Sunday.
What a job by their mom raising those boys in the midst of that tragedy. What an incredible story. It's so easy to root for these guys. I was going to say, like, oh, man, it's so crazy, these brothers. I said earlier, 19 pairs of brothers. You were one of them not too long ago. What's it like playing in the league at the same time as your brother? Are you, like, texting each other? Or?
No, just like it was when you were growing up. Like someone usually would come in crying. It was always my little brother, Tim.
Tim would never. He would never. He's a tough guy.
You know.
Poor Rob.
All right, the cool thing for both of these guys, and I'm sure the thing their mom is so excited about right now, both of these teams in contention. Bills playing today. Cowboys have been playing well. Teddy, when you look at this Cowboys team right now, they've got the Texans today at home, but they've had some dominating wins recently. What's the blueprint for this team? Have they figured it out?
And I think they have. And when Zeke was hurt, I was telling all of you guys that he's the key, because I think that Zeke-Pollard dynamic in the backfield is what it's all about. I don't want to depend on Dak Prescott to win a championship in Dallas. You have to play to this defense. You got to play to Micah Parsons, to Trayvon Diggs, the playmakers that are there. Dak has to be, I know it's a term we bounce around, but a game manager. That's who I want him to be. This is what it has to be here for me. The defense being able to play in close games or with leads, rushing the quarterback, Micah Parsons, the pass rush, DeMarcus Lawrence. That's what it's all about. I just don't want to lean on Dak Prescott throwing it over 30 times to win wild card, divisional, championship weekend, Super Bowl. It's got to be defense and running game for me.
I know. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Tell me why.
Hasselbeck, actually.
Tell me more.
Like, what we probably agree on what? We say
that Dak Prescott's a stud.
Yeah, listen, just because their defense is awesome doesn't mean you need to discredit Dak Prescott. The running back room in Dallas is awesome, okay? What they were missing, for whatever reason, they were missing a little more out of their wide receiver room. Why do you think Jerry Jones and Dak and Micah Parsons, they're all talking about OBJ? I said last week, hey, maybe you should go sign OBJ. I was wrong. I was completely wrong. You don't need to sign OBJ. You just need to talk about signing OBJ. Take him to the Mavericks game and sit courtside. What's that going to do? Everyone else is going to step up.
Yes, I'm going to play better, man.
Hey, OBJ in the red zone, inside the 5. Look what he did for the LA Rams last year. It was so good. Michael Gallup, guys like that, like, yo, I can do that in the red zone. Okay? Hey, pump the brakes, everybody. Look at him. Pump the brakes. Slow down. We don't need OBJ, okay? We got Noah Brown. We got other guys. This is a great route. Where has this been? Maybe we're getting healthy. Whatever the reasons are, I love it. Okay, red zone, 2 minute, third down, critical time. Who can I count on? Stuff breaks down. Michael Gallup, will he get the first down? Like, I don't know. Do you have that grit and toughness? Look at the line right there. Not only does he get the first down, whoa, he shot out of a cannon. This is a different intensity. Wait, OBJ? We don't need OBJ. Come on, man. Michael Gallup's here. Number 1-3. Let's go. The real 1-3. Look, he's telling everybody. Look, I don't know what he's saying. He's probably saying, we don't need OBJ. We don't need OBJ. But I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. The threat of signing a guy like that, everyone's just like, hey, we're all in this year. The Philadelphia Eagles will stand in their way, but Dallas has what it takes, Dak Prescott included, to get it done.
We're listening to everything y'all saying in this tough NFC East division, possibly 3 teams going to the playoff. What I'm interested in seeing the Dallas Cowboys today, the battle of the state. You're a 17-point favorite against the Houston Texans. I want to see if the Dallas Cowboys can gain some momentum. It's the month of December. Gain some momentum. Well, Randy, gaining on who? How about gaining on the rest of the league in your division? Matt, that was a great take. You talking about Michael Gallup stepping up. Brew, you talking about Ezekiel Elliott getting healthy at the same time. One thing that I will give credit to this offense led by Dak Prescott, 5 straight games, multiple touchdowns. They're getting Tyron Smith back very soon. So I'm interested in the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody's talking about them. Can they possibly hoist the trophy at the end of the season? What I'm interested in today, the Battle of Texas. Can y'all gain some momentum going into the playoffs? You're a 17-point favorite. Let me see if they can show it.
Just don't play down to your competition.
Show it.
Houston's awful. Bury them. I mean, that's what they need to do. And then they need to blow out the Jags. And then set up that Week 16 matchup.
Against who?
Against Philly.
Okay.
That one's going to be it. I think this team's close to Philly. I still give the edge to Philly, but they're closing the gap, I think.
Kellen Moore, the more times he decides to throw it to Dak Prescott and look good so he can get a head coaching job is the detriment to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm telling you right now. The more Dak throws is the more cause for error that's going to happen.
You want him to run the ball, Brew?
I want him to run the ball, and you got to play to that defense. That unit may be the best unit in football, all right? I know the Niners' defense is good too, but just the way that they are so explosive and score on defense that you want to go ahead and spread it out and have the tips and overthrows.
Got to get those.
Interceptions and all that stuff. It's just not the way to do it.
Dallas is a complete team. They're a complete team if their wide receiver group steps up and plays to their potential, which I think I'm seeing a steady incline. The tight end, they can do it anyway. Like, this isn't a team that has to sort of oh, if we just don't screw it up. You're the Dallas Cowboys. Play like it. Go out and play.
What is the Dallas Cowboys?
That's
what
a fair
have they done?
question.
They're nothing.
They're one of the best 4 teams in football right now. One of the best 4 teams in football.
Right now, but they don't have a recent narrative that makes you count on them, to Teddy's point.
But they're blowing. When you watch some of these games, okay, the way they close people out, the way they'll probably play today, you can't tell me you're not going to watch them today and say, you know what? This team could absolutely, like Randy's saying, hoist the Lombardi when it's all said and done this year.
You want to know who they think they are? I think these 2 games will be a good sort of measuring stick of who they are. If they play this, they got the Texans and then the Jags. If they want to go out and get Dak going, watch this. They'll go ahead and throw it all over the place this week and next week, and all of a sudden we're wondering, get back to running the football.
Why are you such a Dak Prescott
Why
hater?
He's been scarred. He's been scarred, okay?
We've
that's really, really surprising. I'll give them this. They're finishing really strong, like in games against the Colts. The way they finished that game, they're dominating teams. One of the teams they have absolutely embarrassed was the Minnesota Vikings. And today the Vikings are playing the Lions in Detroit. And how about this? The Lions are a 2.5-point favorite, according to Caesars. Minnesota, the underdog, despite being 10-2, and a chance to clinch the division today. Randy, the disrespect for your
2.5. Rex, I got this purple tie on for a reason, and you know why?
Because you ain't going to wear it next week.
Oh
my
that's a good one. Hey.
That's good.
One thing about it, I love Kevin O'Connell being first-time head coach. Rex, I set myself up before. With all that said, it's going to be a tough one. Hey, it's going to be a tough one, Detroit, but give me the Minnesota Vikings. Go, let's get it, Vikes.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm a little surprised, too, that the Lions they won 5 games, but they're favored because their offense, man. This Lion offense is tough. I don't care who they go up against, and especially this Minnesota defense. Man, they can't stop anybody. They ain't going to stop this team. Right here, we talked about how good Goff has been at home. In particular, 17 touchdowns, leads the NFL in that category at home. St. Brown, they're getting the other receivers healthy. The backs are healthy. This team is tough. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, it'd be a huge win for the Lions. Really a wake-up call to the league that maybe they are improving, but I just don't see it. I mean, I'm still a Lion doubter. I still think they're one of those teams that, they'll have penalties, they'll make mistakes. Goff will throw a couple interceptions. I think the Vikings are playing really well with an opportunistic defense. They'll make the plays to do it. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, should be a lot of great offense in this game. Detroit's defense is playing better lately, but I just don't know. How are the Vikings an underdog in this game? It's a little bit shocking. I think it's a little bit disrespectful. I'll take the Vikings in a close game, but I'll take the Vikings.
I think Matt's being nice. I think both of these defenses are pretty bad, and I think this will be a shootout. Jared Goff's playing pretty well. Kirk had a little bit of a rough week last week, even in a win, but I think they do get the win today. I will say Harrison Smith is out of this game, so that's another shot to the Vikes defense, but I do think they feel disrespected and rally around it. Let's get to our dog of the week. 4 teams, underdogs of at least a touchdown today. Giants and Broncos, both home dogs. And the Jets are a 10-point underdog in Buffalo. Texans, 17-point underdogs against the Cowboys. That is the largest spread this season. So, Randy, who's your dog?
With all that pass rush, you're talking about the Battle of Texas, 17 points. You're talking about disrespect. One thing that I think that the Houston Texans can stand on, Dameon Pierce, their running back, 17 points. Slow the Cowboys down a little bit. Give the running back the ball. That's my dog of the week.
Give him 30 times?
30, 40 if they need it. He can run it.
Yeah,
my dog of the week.
Mine is like 10 points. I was thinking Jets can beat the Bills outright here, and to have a 10-point line here, that's my dog of the week. That's an easy dog, I think.
Is Mike White going to get better? That's the thing. I think he does, and I'm going to go with the Jets too in terms of that dog that they can. I mean, that's 10 points. Give me the Jets on this one, Hass.
Yeah, he doesn't need to get much better. Mike White's been playing good football. I like you guys. Like, I had to sit there and think, like, Jets Bills, like, who's going to win this game? Never mind that. I think the Bills win the game, but the Jets will definitely cover in my mind.
All right, mine's the Texans, or should I say me, trying to get through this show sounding like this. I am my own dog of the week, if I can make it. Let's get to our Morton Adam for actives and inactives. Guys, what do we know?
Well, when we saw Saquon Barkley walking into MetLife Stadium, he had a smile on his face. And Brian Daboll, the coach of the Giants, sent word to our Sal Palantonio, among others, that he indeed is active and he will play and start for the Giants. Now, he's had this neck thing that popped up during the week. His shoulder has bothered him since early in the year, so it's kind of been taking a cumulative effect. Also, listen, he's down 50 yards per game in total offense since week 7, that is. So they need him to have a big game against the Eagles. It doesn't have to be a huge game, but a big game.
Here's the answer to another significant injury question this afternoon. Nick Bosa, who didn't